Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a special edition Mercedes GT 63S. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes-Benz of Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this GT63. This particular one is still available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can reach out to them. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a hand-built twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 15 around town and then 21 on the highway, with power outputs being a whopping 630 horsepower and then 664 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see the distinctive lines, and yes, this is finished in Green Hell Magno, which is such a cool color. Coming down below, we've got the multi-beam LED lights, which just looks so cool, even while they're off. We do have parking sensors integrated into the front end, and then you guys can see with the vertical slats there with the grille, and then obviously the giant Mercedes logo, and then there's a smaller one up top. And putting it all together, this is such a special color for a special car. I mean, this thing really does look incredible in person. Now, coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 275, 35, 21 in the front, and then 315, 30, 21 in the rear. You can see the AMG wheels that this has. I think it's pretty cool with like the ring there. We also have the carbon ceramic brakes, hence the bronze with the brake caliper. This is pretty cool with the accent piece, and then notice V8 bi-turbo. And then I love this here at the bottom right there. And then you got the silver there on the door handles, carbon fiber mirror cap, and the ground effect's been blacked out. And here is your full side view with the GT63. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock function or lock function, the opening here for the trunk, then the AMG logo there, and then also on the back. Now, taking a look at the cargo area, you guys can see we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory, and this is actually a hatchback, so we've got plenty of storage space. That's one of the cool things about the GT63, just how practical it is. And when you're all done, just press that button and that will lower the hatch right back down. Now we have this not so subtle carbon fiber spoiler here on the back end, and then you can see GT63S, got the Mercedes emblem and then AMG right there. And then look at the taillights on this, how they wrap around. Then you got your parking sensors here at the bottom, and then look at the exhaust tips on this and the diffuser setup. And wrapping things up with the exterior, I think this is the coolest looking four-door car ever created, but let me know what you guys think about it. Now, taking a look at the door panel itself, you can see we've got really nice leather trim here with the yellow contrasted stitching. We've got carbon fiber integrated, and then you can see here for the sound system. Just all of that together looks really cool, and we actually have frameless windows. That's pretty cool with the yellow stitching on the seats, and then you can see it's perforated all down the center. Okay, so my feet are like this so I don't get the carpet dirty, but anyways, legroom back here is actually pretty good for how, you know, sporty this car is, I suppose. And then you've got some vent action here in the back. We actually have some cup holders here in the center, and then USBs as well. And yeah, these seats are very like interesting. They hold you in place really well. And by the way, no seat here in the center. And then also headroom back here, pretty decent. Now, taking a look at the front door panel, again with the yellow contrasted stitching and then the carbon fiber, we've got all of our seat adjustments, memory seat function, heated and cooled seat function, and you can also adjust the passenger seat from the driver, and then again another speaker for the Burmester sound system. And then there's a quick look at the mirrors. They do have blind spot monitoring. And before we pop in, we have a carbon fiber roof. Now here's the front seat. You guys can see bucket seats, AMG logo, and then look at all the yellow stitching and all of that. And then we have our green AMG logo right there. Pretty cool looking pedals down below. Got your light control right there, and then more carbon fiber trim. We have the AMG style steering wheel, so you've got the perforated leather here on the side for a better grip, and then look at the leather down below, and then at the top, AMG logo right here. Paddle shifters here on the back for that 9-speed automatic. Got your drive mode select here with this dial, and then you can also adjust different functions like the exhaust, for example, with the other little switches. Controls here for the infotainment system, controls there for the center gauge cluster. You got adaptive cruise control, volume controls, all the normal works, and of course a Mercedes column shifter. Now here's the center gauge cluster. It looks so cool. It does kind of double as like a secondary infotainment system. As you can see, this isn't Mercedes' newest unit, but I still really like this unit with the overall design and the fact you can kind of change the appearance with it. I do feel like Super Sport is more fitting for this particular one, but yeah, good gauge cluster. Now in reverse, this does have a 360 camera system, so you got the bird's eye view, and then we have the backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and we can scroll through the different viewpoints here with this, so good camera system. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, response time with the screen's actually really good, as you can see. And on top of that, I can use a little trackpad to basically go through everything. And no massaging seats in this, which completely makes sense because basically a race car, but it's cool that you still have all the seat adjustments. More yellow stitching all across the dash and everything. I think it looks really cool in all of the leather trim. And then we've got more carbon fiber down below, and then our AMG Special Edition plaque. And then we got our climate controls here in this area, and then, yep, more carbon fiber. It's everywhere. It covers up this little area with some charging ports, cup holders, all of that. And then here's the little keypad to control the infotainment system if you don't want to use the steering wheel or the touchscreen. And then you got like your volume control, which is really cool with kind of the little knob that has. And then you have all these controls here. So like this is for the exhaust to open or close the valves. We actually do have a blank switch down here, interestingly enough. Suspension, stability control, and then your manual mode or automatic mode. And this is actually for the drive modes. It's really cool. It obviously pops up here as well. I love how it shows a regular GT there for the little graphic. All I gotta say is this is definitely not a regular GT. And then this is interesting with the center console. Got a wireless phone charging pad inside. Again, really nice leather trim here, again with all of the yellow stitching goes across, and then also is all across here. And then here's the glove box. And then up top, no center for anything because obviously carbon fiber roof, but we do have a nice premium headliner. It's not really popping up on camera very well, but yeah, makes sense. So here's our winter sticker for the special edition. You can see all the standard equipment here. And then notice the base MSRP, $170,350. That carbon ceramic braking system, $9,000. But here's all the rest of the equipment. And you can see that the special edition package that gives it the green and gives it all the cool things, $37,200. Total MSRP, $222,050. Let's sum things up. Let's talk about visibility here on the GT63. Here's your visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors. Just do a blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And I didn't notice that the AMG logo there at the headrest. That's actually pretty cool. So we are not taking this on a like actual drive. The Mercedes of Salt Lake has been extremely accommodating with my reviews. Like most dealerships not only would probably not let me review a special edition car like this, but like give me permission to drive it. The reason I'm not driving it is I honestly just kind of have a bad feeling. I know that's super weird and that's kind of like superstitious, but like I'm just gonna trust my gut on this one and not take this one out for a drive because yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. But anyways, I have driven this powertrain in a bunch of different cars, and I can tell you one of the best powertrains ever developed. Like it's just so much power, so much torque, sounds fantastic, and it's just such an iconic powertrain. And I'm gonna miss it when it's gone in the future. Which obviously it's not gone yet, but you know, there's sounds like you know V8s are going the way of the dinosaurs, so to speak. But anyways, as for the rest of the car, I can tell you that this is full-on performance car. These bucket seats are incredibly aggressive, like the bolstering, everything with it's so aggressive. The suspension, just going through the parking lot here, you can feel like how tight it is. So I mean, you could daily drive this, obviously. I mean, it's got dual zone climate, heated and cooled seats, luxurious leather interior, but like this car has performance as like the first thing. So definitely just understand that. So I guess that, you know, to kind of sum things up, I want to give my like opinion on special editions like this because it's actually kind of changed over time as I've reviewed more cars from more manufacturers with these special editions. So in the past, I would have said that, yeah, I didn't really understand, you know, special editions because it's like, oh, you're charging this huge premium and it basically has a special paint color, right? But now I kind of like understand this a little more because like this actually is like, in my opinion, a really special paint color. Because like the Green Hell Magno, they did it on the regular, the two-door GT, right? With the, what was it? The special, the GTR version, right? And so it's like, this color is not, like, you're not gonna see it in other cars, and it's this crazy satin paint that's just like super out there. And so like this car does feel special. So I think if more manufacturers do this thing where they add a bunch of performance goodies on top of a color that actually like looks special, I think that that is going to kind of sell it more, if that makes sense. So let me know what you guys think about the GT63 special edition, but I think this thing is pretty sweet, and yeah, that's all.